Okay, so I have Susan here with me, and it's like a real treat. I love bringing on and just chatting with anybody who has completed our program. I feel like Susan, you have so much good stuff to share because, like, anyone who I just want you, Susan, to think about it, like anyone who is just doesn't really know what we do, or that they're just like, is this for me? I don't know. I just want people to know that it's like we're real
Mhm.
and that we want to connect with everybody and that it's not that hard once you dive into it. So we'll talk about a little bit about our why you joined our coaching program and all that kind of stuff. So that's a great start. So if you don't mind, Susan, maybe
Mhm.
just share kind of why you came to us and why you joined our Metabolism Mojo coaching program.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've always uh, taken care of myself, and I've always, found fitness and good eating and nutrition to be important. But I mean, I'm going to blame the pandemic, but for like the past 2 years, I've really kind of let a lot of it drop. I was eating dessert like I had never before, et cetera, et cetera. Drinking more wine, and I talked to you about that. And it was, I just knew that I was off course, and I really wanted a kickstart to get me back on. And I just felt like I was not in a place to kick myself the way I needed to. And I had met you like, I don't know, 15 years ago or so in Stone Harbor, and have followed you since. And I always admire your fitness level, you glow. I've never worked with a nutritionist before, but I always said to myself, if I'm ever going to do that, it's going to be Betsy. So then I guess I watched something on your website about the program, and between you and Stacy and the fitness, I'm like, this is the time to do it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make an investment, and I felt like if I formally enrolled in a program and paid for it, that I would do it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's basically the reason that
I love it. And it's very common. People think they need to come to us because they have like a bad disease or they're in really bad shape. And I'm like, no, like I actually work with some really like healthier people who eat pretty good. They just can't put it all together and they need
yeah.
more support than just what's at home and for themselves to be in charge of themselves. So, could you explain a little kind of what you struggled with when you started?
Well, I feel like I struggled with bloating at night. I felt like I was eating pretty well throughout the day, but then I don't think I was eating a well balanced dinner. And sometimes I was eating like at night when watching a movie or something like that, and I just felt uncomfortable, literally in the mid, my gastro wise. And that was one of the things I was experiencing, and I mean, and just overall stress, and I mean, even maybe a little bit of depression, I would say, given the macro environment, and so it was hard to separate what was, psychological from physiological. But anyway, so that's how I
Yeah.
was feeling. But the bloat in particular was really bothering me.
Yeah, yeah. And I when I chatted with you last, something like really rang a bell that is very common in a lot of people. It's just so many people are perfectionists.
Hmm.
They are like, it's kind of this all or nothing approach. Either I'm on a diet or I'm on a program or I'm not. And I think you use the words, you're a reformed perfectionist when we
Yeah,
talk last. I think it's so cute.
yeah.
Do you mind sharing a little bit about like how that has changed?
Yes, because you took the words right out of my mouth, all or nothing with regard to my health and fitness. Like I would say to myself, on the fitness level, all right, if I can't do 90 minutes today, I might as well do nothing, because it's just not, I'm
It's a
just not
waste.
doing it. Yeah. And the same thing sometimes with the eating, not as bad with the eating, but like at night I would have one glass of wine. I'm like, all right, well now I have had one, let's have another one. So that was really not healthy. And I've been like that most of my life, in a lot of areas. And so one of the surprises that I got from you, and it really landed for me, was the importance of balance, and get that attitude of all or nothing was no good. So now what I'm doing is 45 minutes a day, a combination of cardio and strength, which I need for my osteoporosis. And I'm great with it. I mean, I'm I love it. I can have the rest of my day. I was spending like probably 2, 3 hours pre-COVID between driving to the gym, doing a 90-minute workout, driving home, and my day was like half shot. And so now I realize that I'm fit, I'm healthy, and I don't need to kill myself in the
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah, I think I remember you mentioning also like you were doing like creating like a had a recipe and there was like 30 ingredients and you're like trying to do it all and making things more complicated than they really are.
Yeah, I have a couple of vegan cookbooks and the food is great, but the prep time is ridiculous. And like so I would just not do it at all. I would either get in the mood and maybe make two or spend my whole day making 2 or 3 recipes or do nothing. And so yeah, so before I signed up for the program, I you had a sample menu plan that you offered, and I made a few of those and I'm like, oh my God, like this is fantastic. I mean, done in 30 minutes, healthy. So freedom, baby.
I always brag about our recipes because
Oh my
they're
gosh,
just so
everything
simple.
has been delicious. I'm not kidding. Everything I've made so far. And my
Yeah,
husband loves it. And he's on the bandwagon with me now. He's really happy and he's very fit himself, extremely fit. So he's very happy as well as I am for the
it's
good
huge.
food and the healthy eating.
Yeah. So just to conclude, maybe, this we starting out, you're bloated and maybe not in the best place mentally and kind of off balance with your life and physically as well. So maybe just kind of share like how your transformation is, kind of where you are now.
Well, right now I'm much calmer. And one of the benefits, besides what I already mentioned, is the importance of, I'll call it the spiritual aspect of things. And, the meditation, I've been doing those brief 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night, the gratitude journal. And I did a bunch of reading on that and really discovered like the high correlation between expressing gratitude and being calm. And I think for the first time, honestly, Betsy, I really understand uh, the adrenal response as a result of this program and the importance of keeping your stress level down in conjunction with eating well and exercising for your overall well-being. I mean, I'm still having days where I'm off, obviously, because I'm human.
We all.
Yeah, but overall, I feel so much better, and I have the tools, and I have an awareness that keeping those things in balance is when I feel best.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I'm so happy for you, and I'm just so
Thank you.
grateful for you to share because
Sure.
so many people are in your shoes, very similar, and or at least pieces of it. So
Mhm.
so thank you.
You're
And
very
so
welcome and thank you very, very much. It's been a pleasure. And I mean, I look forward to hopefully continuing to work with you on some level as time goes on.
absolutely awesome. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up. I'm gonna stop my recording. Are you sure you want to stop?